You still mad because the boy had your baby mama over there?
On May 31st, 2026, a 40-minute video allegedly involving 50 Cent's ex and baby mother, Daphne Joy, a man named Sly Diggler, and Diddy was released across multiple social media platforms, most notably X. I did not see the video in its entirety, but I did come across certain portions of it that were circulating widely online. Now, most people are familiar with 50 Cent and Diddy, and a good number of people know who Daphne Joy is, given her history with 50 Cent. But the name Sly Diggler was one that had a lot of people asking questions, including myself. What eventually came out is that Sly Diggler is a figure from the adult entertainment industry, and according to reports, he and other men were allegedly hired specifically for these kinds of encounters involving women connected to Diddy. This lines up with what we have previously heard regarding similar allegations involving Cassie, and now Daphne Joy's name has been pulled into the same conversation. At some point, Sly Diggler sat down with Vlad TV and made some significant revelations about the situation.
You started having sex with Jane Doe, and then Diddy actually joined in the first time?
Yeah, he joined in the first time because that's what she requested. She said she wanted two guys, so we was pretty much swapping out. Here from the back, I get swap, you know.
So, according to what Sly Diggler revealed, Diddy allegedly had a physical condition that explained why he brought other men into these situations. Now, to be clear, this is an unverified claim coming from one individual who was present at these events. People can say all kinds of things for attention, clout, or to go viral, and without any way to independently confirm something this personal about anyone, it has to be taken with a significant grain of salt. He could be telling the truth, or he could be embellishing the story entirely to generate buzz. But then, the Vlad TV interview took a turn when Sly Diggler revealed that he actually had footage of one of these encounters saved on his phone, apparently recorded accidentally and never deleted. Vlad TV confirmed they had seen the tape during a break in the interview. However, none of us watching from the outside have been able to independently verify the specific claims being made about what the footage shows. Until there is actual confirmation from a credible and independent source, everything beyond the existence of the tape itself remains in the territory of unverified allegations.
Currently going viral, and pictures of Diddy himself being screenshotted from the video because he has a small you-know-what. And this video was with 50 Cent's baby mom.
And now it has been confirmed. The video is not AI generated or fabricated, it is real footage, and the details match up with the established timeline of events surrounding the broader Diddy situation. So now that the authenticity of the tape has been established, the question becomes who was going to be first to jump in and react publicly? The answer to that was no surprise at all. 50 Cent did not waste any time. He took to social media and went straight into roast mode directed at Daphne Joy. He posted that she is not the victim in this situation, arguing that their son's sire is the one who is truly affected. He questioned how a young teenager in 8th grade is supposed to handle seeing his mother become the center of something like this, going viral across the internet. He also took a shot at the Los Angeles court system, suggesting they seem completely unbothered by the circumstances. And then he ended his post with a joke at Diddy's expense, referencing the claims made in the Vlad TV interview, treating the whole thing with his signature sarcastic humor. Now, on one level, the public reaction to 50's comments was that however funny his delivery might be, the situation itself is genuinely serious, and the impact on their son is no laughing matter. But, as you might expect, it did not take long before someone came back at 50 Cent directly in response to everything he posted. And that is where things get even interesting.
As a man, you can't act like that, don't bother you. Cause you didn't do this to him when he tried to take you on the shopping trip, Fifth. Come on, Kurt, don't do that, man. Just say pull back. Listen, unless he turned your boy into a freak. Do you see that little boy like it? Cause you know kids ain't supposed to be exposed to sexual noises or sexual content. Did it do the boy like this here? Is that why you smashing on him?
Now, some people are going to say Charleston White is reaching here, and that 50 Cent is simply being his usual petty self, who does not genuinely care about Daphne Joy at this point. And that may be partially true. They have been separated for years. But at one point in time, 50 Cent did care about her deeply. And here's the reality that applies to men at every level of success. When a man works his entire life to build something, to separate himself from where he started, to reach a position where he never has to struggle again and can attract the people he wants in his life, one of the most painful things he can experience is discovering that everything he built did not protect him from the same situations ordinary men face every single day. That pain is not really about the other person. It is about the realization that someone with far less access, far fewer resources, and far less to offer materially could get the same thing that you worked so hard to provide. That is a specific kind of hurt that most men understand on some level, regardless of their tax bracket. It is not about getting over an ex. Most men can do that eventually. What is genuinely difficult to process is the feeling that what you brought to the table was not as exclusive as you believed it was. That is where the phrase applies. She went from being number one to being one of many. And with 50 Cent specifically, this situation carries additional layers. He has spent a significant portion of his career since the early 2000s going back and forth with Diddy in various forms, including their competing beverage brands with Ciroc and Effin' Vodka. And now to find out that the woman he had a child with was connected to that same world in this way adds a completely different dimension to his reaction. His pride is genuinely hurt, and that is completely understandable, regardless of how he has chosen to express it publicly. But this situation also opens up a broader conversation that goes well beyond 50 Cent and Daphne Joy. Men across all walks of life pour enormous energy into becoming the best version of themselves, working hard, building careers, accumulating resources, and a large part of that motivation is rooted in the belief that those achievements make them exceptional in the eyes of the people they love and commit to. The difficult truth is that attraction and emotional connection do not always follow the logic that men apply to their own self-worth. A woman can genuinely feel one way in one season of her life and feel completely different in another, and that shift can happen in ways that are nearly impossible for most men to fully process or predict. What a man values about himself, his success, his intelligence, his drive, may matter deeply to a woman up to a certain point, and then circumstances change in ways that have nothing to do with those qualities at all. The reality is that in relationships, everyone is vulnerable, regardless of their status, wealth, or reputation. Athletes, entertainers, and celebrities go through the exact same emotional experiences that regular people face every day. The sooner men at every level accept that reality, instead of believing their success makes them immune to heartbreak and betrayal, the better equipped they will be to navigate these situations with their dignity intact. Nobody steps into any competitive arena and comes out without taking some hits along the way. That is just the nature of being in the game at all. And the more honestly men can confront that truth, the healthier their relationships and their emotional lives will ultimately be. Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss when we post.